Hello everybody and welcome, I'm Comodin, and today we're going to be ranking every Dead End design, from worst to best.
Who cares?
Now Dead End has remained fairly consistent throughout 40 years, but he's had some unique designs that actually makes this very interesting to look at. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the tier names, and first up, of course, had to be...
Now we're talking.
And now for the second tier.
Wait, this is crazy. We gotta get out of here.
Just one more.
And now for the middle tier.
I am Dead End. I guess I'll have to do what you say.
And now for the fourth tier.
Megatron's in trouble. Who cares?
And finally, for the worst tier.
Please, make my death painless.
First up is of course Generation 1, a member of the Stunticons and arguably my favourite. Yeah, I do love Breakdown and the rest of them, but I've always had a soft spot for Dead End. Maybe it's just his attitude, the fact that he clearly doesn't give a shit about anything and he's just doing this because whatevs, I suppose. I mean, his alt mode is not really that inspiring, to be fair. I do like that head design, but everything else is just kind of a bit basic, but it's G1, it served its purpose at the time. The original toy, it's the same, you know, I do like the cartoon version a bit better, but yeah, it's kind of whatever really. The G1 design was improved in several IDW comics. I think it just makes it a bit more robust, a bit more special, I guess. So this one's actually really cool. But then when it comes to the toys, his G1 design only recently has had proper treatment. We've got the Combiner Wars one, which is just a load of crap. It's just basically a copy of everything else from Combiner Wars. And I'll throw in the Generation 2 version as well. Even though it was cancelled, the colours were brought back actually this year on the new Legends toy. It's basically just the Legacy toy but with G2 colours. And the colours are actually really cool. I think they're neat. Not a bad Generation 2 version. And dare I say it, we've actually got a pretty good Earth Wars version. It's just the head. Everything else is actually really nice and really slick. I like the car mode. I think it looks really cool. Very Dead End. But that head design, yeah, it's not for me. It's basically just Nightbird with Dead End's DNA on it. It's just doesn't look great, but I do like that alt mode. That's really nice. As usual, the Forged to Fight version just looks a lot better. I like this one a lot. It's based on that Combiner Wars one, but it makes it really stand out. Changes it up and doesn't look like a hardened copy of everybody else. So this is not a bad updated version of that original Combiner Wars silhouette. We'll talk about the mini versions of Dead End, and his Creo one is just really adorable, really cute, very in tune to the character. And then you've got this abomination. But what I will give props to is the Angry Bird version. I really like that body mode, really cool. Next up we've got the Predacon from Beast Wars Neo. This Dead End is really weird, really creepy looking. The giant shells he's got on his shoulders are just massive, absolutely insane. He turns into an ammonite. Yeah, at first I thought it was an absolute squid, but I forgot about the existence of an ammonite. Transformers really do turn into anything, don't they? But I gotta say, this design looks a lot better in the 2006 IDW Beast Wars continuity. This panel right here, this looks really cool. This actually looks really nice. Those shells on his shoulders actually look a lot more bearable to look at. And yeah, he just looks a bit more, what's the trans-tech kind of vibes a little bit? Yeah, kind of a bit trans-techy. Then we have Dead End from the Unicron trilogy, where as a toy he serves as a minicon to Unicron, but in the series there's just like multiple drones of them that attack the Autobots and Decepticons during the Unicron battles, so there's not really much to say about this here. It's clearly a way to save the trademark, but I used to play with this guy actually a lot as a kid. Lost him now though, don't know where he's gone. And then we have the Alternators one, which is just a retool of Sideswipe. I mean, it's kind of cool, the alt mode, not bad to be fair, but I don't know, I just can't really get behind this as Dead End when it comes to the robot. It's just clearly a cheap way of... I mean, it's just common in Transformers, especially with the Alternators line. There was just retools all the time, and yeah, I think it looks a lot better as a Sunstreaker than a Dead End. And then we have Transformers Animated, where he appeared in the Stunticon job, an exclusive comic at one of the BotCons. Shortly after Transformers Animated finished. And there's really not much to say, it's just the Jazz body with the Dead End colours, and that's embedded in the world of Transformers Animated, so I do understand that, and there's parts of that I really do like. But I feel like in this particular case, I would have loved something just a little bit different. Arms or hips or something, you know, a little bit of tweaks in the chest. Like, I get it, and I actually hope one day, praying that I own the entire Stunticon set, but regardless, yeah, there's not really much to say about this, sadly. But he did get the Generation 2 colours in one of the Allspark Almanac volumes, so yeah, I mean, it's whatever, it's fine. Head sculpt's kind of cool, I do like the little tash that he's got there, but yeah, there's not really much to say about this, sadly. When it comes to the Revenge of the Fallen film, Dead End got a lot of toys, and they're all really badass. Our first one is this Scout class that I've always liked, and I just think it deserves a studio series, like an update or something, because it's a really cool design. I really like the artwork. The toy is not the greatest, but it's still really neat, a really neat little Scout class, and yeah, I just really like this. And his second one is a Deluxe class, which is just a retool / redeco of Sideways, but regardless, I actually think it works a lot better as Dead End. I really like how the car looks, I like the colours all over it. Yeah, just really nice, honestly. Don't know why Dead End got a lot of love, even though he didn't even appear in the film. He did appear in a couple of comics looking absolutely demonic, but there's a little bit of debate when it comes to that original Scout class, because you can either call it Dead End or Detour. I much prefer Dead End, but we've got 2 Dead Ends in the Revenge of the Fallen universe, so take your pick, really, which one you prefer. And much later on in 2012, we got the Generations Dead End, which is a grey redeco of Revenge of the Fallen Breakdown. And yeah, I mean, it's cool looking, and I do kind of like it, but at the end of the day, this was Breakdown, and yeah, it's not the best, but it's not really that bad either. Now for the best Dead End design, pretty much of all time, is the War for Cybertron one. And I say War for Cybertron because sadly he didn't appear in Fall of Cybertron except for his body parts for customization. He was an absolute treat. I was really hoping that when they released the DLC at the time, we would also get a DLC chapter and that we got to have played as him. I would have loved to have heard what he sounded like. I always thought Steve Bloom was a good voice, even though he voiced Barricade. I thought Steve Bloom really fitted the type of Dead End. But yeah, no, I just love everything about this design. It slaps. I love the shoulders, I love the arms, the legs and everything. I am praying, hoping to God we get a Gamer Edition Studio Series in the future, because this is my most sought after design, and I want this made into a toy. It's just so perfect, so beautiful. I love his head design and everything, his colors. This is like the best update of original G1 design ever. I don't want to knock the Transformers online game from China, because that's also really badass. I like how massive his shoulders are, and he's got a giant ass sword and everything. Really cool. A bit more, I don't know, less creative, I suppose, even though it's still badass and really awesome. I still just, if I had to compare, War for Cybertron is better than this one, but this is still pretty cool. Still pretty cool. Not pretty cool though, I guess. It's the Transformers Prime version. I mean, it's just Wheeljack with weird Dead End colours now. He never used to be yellow, you know, except a little bit of gold in the mouth plate or whatever, but I don't understand where all this yellow comes from. Yeah, I guess it stands out a little bit, but I feel like he would have looked a lot better in the traditional white and grey or whatever. That head design isn't really that great. I don't think he was ever planned to ever appear in the series, so this just feels like, I don't know, a way to save the trademark, an excuse, I suppose. But then I guess this is not any better either. I would take the Deluxe Class original than this Construct Bots thing. This is just an abomination. Not an abomination though is the Transformers Cyberverse one. Dead End appeared in the series and he had a lot of scenes, a lot of episodes actually. He was one of the main highlighted characters for a couple of episodes, and yeah, the whole sarcasm wit came back, made an appearance again, and he was just a great character throughout the series, and I really liked his dialogue with the other characters, and his mood was just the best part about Cyberverse, honestly. One of the most standout characters. Now finally, for our last Dead End design, it comes in the Bumblebee movie prequel. Yes, Dead End was in the comic, and he actually looks pretty cool, really nice. A bit more, I guess, faithful to that original Revenge of the Fallen Scout class. You can see the inspiration there, but then it's also got the demonic looking face from the Deluxe class. Yeah, I really like this a lot, and even though I still wish we could have gotten a toy out of this, because I think that would have been really slick, it kind of gives me, I don't know, he kind of gives me the vibes of he shatters brother or something, like Shatter's crazy little brother from that Bumblebee movie. So yeah, really cool, really nice. He was there during the Cold War era of that comic book. The spikes are really insane. I love how the spikes are all over him. Really cool, really nice. Now let's talk about some fan art, because I want to celebrate some great fan art out there. And first up, we have Duio, and this is one of my favourite artworks of Dead End of all time. I have been looking at this for so many years now, and this is how he should look, in my opinion. I just think it looks perfect. The purple is a great touch, really fits the Dead End character with the battle mask as well. Yeah, I gotta say, this is so much better than the official version. It just looks so badass, so cool. I like the alternate mode, fits in with the world of Transformers Animated very well, and yeah, this is just beautiful. Also really beautiful is Du Hong's design. This is awesome, another great animated interpretation as well. I really can't decide which is my personal favorite. I like this for several reasons, and I like the previous one for so many reasons as well, but they all fit in that art style so well. Captures it perfectly. Great inspiration by Derek J. Wyatt. Yeah, really cool, and I like the profiles we've got all over this with all the information and the drill. Yeah, really cool, really badass looking, very menacing as well. Really nice. Also really nice is Anti-100's design, another animated inspired take, and also fits in the world very well. A very cool looking Dead End, and with the alternate mode as well. Very different from that jazz type, and yeah, I just like how the shoulders are with the front of the car like that, really nice, and the front of the wheels being on the legs. Yeah, really cool, really badass design. Also a badass design is this one as well. This is absolutely beautiful. We've got all the references on the side as well. The body's really cool and awesome, and I like the detail all over this. But really more is the face as well. Looks really messed up. Looks like there's like a skull underneath that robot design of all things. Yeah, really cool, really terrifying, and a great vehicle mode choice as well for this Dead End. Also really sweet is Head Combaticons design of Dead End. Maybe if I'm wrong, this is a female Dead End. If it is, I'm all for it. This looks really sweet, really cool. I like this version. I love how cheeky this sort of Dead End looks as well, with that smirk. Well, there's no smirk, but you can tell they're smirking, if you know what I mean, with the faceplate. Really cool, really sweet design. Also really sweet is Speed Tuffy's design as well. I like how you've got these chainsaws coming out of his hands like that, and I like how everybody's using the Stunticon symbol from Transformers Animated on the front like that. The torso area, the chest looks very much like Shatter from the Bumblebee movie. Great inspiration from that, and that head design is really sick. Yeah, this is really good. And there we have it, guys, every Dead End design ranked from worst to best. Of course, let me know which is your personal favourite in the comment section below.
Who cares?
Okay, Dead End, we get it. For more videos just like this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on that notification bell to get all updates instantly. Until then, I've been Comodin Cam, and goodbye.